Stage fighting. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon coming to you on Tuesday because it's our new Tuesday series, Victorious Episode 3, which is called Stage Fighting. And I'm assuming this is going to be another highlight of the theater program, which I know is the focus of this show at Hollywood Arts. As I've mentioned many times before, and I'll probably keep mentioning it as people find these episodes, is I spent 2 years as an assistant principal and administrator at a school exactly like Hollywood Arts, so I'm going to have a lot to say about these episodes. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, take a minute and click the button below to subscribe, and I would also appreciate a like and a comment. I do enjoy reading your comments, particularly on these episodes. Let's get started.
So, smiling like this, right?
French horn? What's she doing? Stop, just stop. This makes me cringe because she has a French horn. She's holding a genuine French horn and she's just like shoving it into the locker, and the bell like is banging against the lockers. And if you're not a musician, if you don't play an instrument like that, a band instrument, you might not understand. Like if you play a brass instrument in particular, you go to great pains to keep the bell and the other parts of the instrument from being damaged, because once they get dented, it's really tough to get those fixed. And with her just shoving it in there, banging it against the wall, it really makes me cringe. But let's keep going.
It's all right.
What's up?
I'm having a horn problem. Why do I have to play an instrument anyway?
Everyone at Hollywood Arts has to play an instrument.
Okay, well, I sing. My throat is my instrument.
Yeah, and that was not the case at the schools that I served at. So you don't typically have to play an instrument. I'm sure that there are schools out there that are like that, but in my experience, you choose a program and you have to be involved in one of those programs. And I mentioned on episode 1 of the series, the school that I served at had several different ones. You had band, chorus, orchestra, you had a little film program, a fashion program, you had visual arts, 2D and 3D, you had theater program and the theater tech program, which is a whole nother thing. Those are the people that would typically build the sets and do the props and everything like that. And if you know, in the real world of theater, there are definitely those people also that don't do any acting at all, but they do all of the stuff in the background to make the show happen. And so you have all of that going on, and dance program and ballet and everything. But band or orchestra is typically its own separate thing, and to require every single person in the school to play an instrument is a little unusual, but I suppose it's possible. I'm sure there are schools out there that do that.
I'm a throat player.
Doesn't count.
And it sounds kind of gross.
Why'd you pick the French horn?
I don't know. I like French fries, French toast.
And that is a really bad reason to take up French horn. I mean, if you know nothing about it, just take a look at it here. There are a lot of parts to it, and it is a bit more complex just in terms of the way it's made. Like trumpet, for example, is just a couple of wraps of brass and then the 3 valves. French horn has a lot more bends and twists and all of the bended slides that come out that you have to adjust, and it has rotors instead of valves, which can be troublesome at times. Just ask any French horn player. So that's not a good reason for her to make her selection here. And for her to shove it in the locker, I mean, it's not going to fit, I can tell you that.
So let's hear your horn.
No. No, I was kind of wondering whether she would actually attempt to play or not. I was going to be impressed if it was actually her, and she could have done it. They could have had her do it because you heard what kind of sound she was supposed to make in the show. Not a good one. You can do that. You just have to be able to buzz. But no, of course, they just dubbed a sound over this.
I think it's broken.
Here, let me fix it.
Is he going to play? Yeah, and he's not playing. I'm always a little more impressed whenever they get the actors to at least attempt to play, or they have someone who's really playing. And the notion that he would be able to do this on French horn and he's not even a French horn player is kind of ridiculous. This is, I mean, cool for the show, but of course he's not actually playing here.
It's not broken.
What's going on?
What are you doing?
That guy was beating up Beck!
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, stage fighting. And of course, having worked at an art school, I have learned a lot about theater. I never did theater myself, but I did learn an awful lot about it. And I don't know how deep they go into this. My experience has been if a theater program is doing a particular production, they just practice the little fight or whatever for that scene, because typically a theater production is not going to have these long extended like fights and you have to know how to do it. They're just going to teach whatever's supposed to happen for that particular scene, which typically is only going to last, I don't know, maybe several seconds at most, because it's not about that. Obviously, it's not about the actual choreographed fake fighting or whatever. It's about the story, right, in any work of theater. So I don't know how deep they're going to go into this. It's not really like a deep technique that you typically learn. You just learn it for that particular scene.
We were practicing.
This is Russ.
I'm Russ!
He's a professional stuntman. I invited him here to teach the class about stage fighting.
All right, so I can see this. So he invited a guest in just for this particular day to go over these little techniques. That's totally believable. I've said one of the reasons I like Victorious is because it's pretty spot on as far as art schools go, which are very different than your typical high school, but they're kind of nailing it here. And the fight scene, the fake fight scene, kind of made me think about my own experience with the theater program at the school that I worked at. I never had this happen where I thought they were really fighting, but they weren't. But I remember one time I was around the corner from the theater program and I heard some people really get upset. And many times people would get upset in real life, and as an administrator, you have to help deal with that. And I went around the corner like really concerned, and they were acting. They were doing something for a scene. This girl was really upset, and she started getting angry, but they quickly explained to me like it's for this scene, and they showed me the scene. I'm like, okay. So I have had a similar experience before, but not with the fighting here.
What stage fighting?
I wasn't gonna say that. What is it?
Fake fighting that looks real, like for a play or a movie.
I took a class with him last summer.
Well, it looked like he was hurting you.
Why do you care?
Because I figure he already suffers enough pain dating you.
You want to see pain?
Hey, why don't we go sit over there?
Yeah, and this takes me back to, because unfortunately this kind of stuff did happen, people getting upset because of relationship issues. I would say that this did tend to happen more in these types of art schools than regular schools.
Why does she hate me?
Maybe she heard you play the French horn.
If I throw a punch at Kat like this, it's easy to see that my fist didn't connect with her face.
Thank you.
But if we stage it from a different angle, then, like I showed you, sound effect ready?
All set?
It'll look like this.
Ooh.
I'm okay, everyone.
That was pretty good. I thought she was going to just fail to react again, but no, that was pretty good. Didn't it look real to you guys?
All right, I'm gonna pair you guys up. And each team will work with Russ this week to prepare a fight scene.
I thought his name...
Uh-oh. And with all the tension in this class, I'm wondering who's going to get paired up with who. With Jade, the way she is. I don't feel great about this, but I'm sure it'll be interesting here.
And on Friday, you will all perform your fight scenes here in front of the class.
And I don't know who this teacher is. I don't know if this is one of the regular teachers at Hollywood Arts. I'm used to, of course, Mr. Sikowitz. Come to think of it, though, the theater programs in the schools that I've worked at, as far as art schools go, did have more than one theater director. Typically, they would have someone that was more focused on the theater itself, and then a theater tech person, again, with the prop building and the set building and everything like that. So it's very believable that this guy would specialize in certain things other than managing like the large scale theatrical productions, and Sikowitz would do those things. But let's keep going.
Now, the pairs will be Beck and Kat, Andre and Gwen, Darren and Jess, Tori and Jade.
Tori and who?
Yeah, of course. I was just waiting for it. I'm like, of course, Tori and Jade are going to be paired together. She's happy.
Wait, I'm not comfortable with my partner.
Just a sec.
Hey, partner.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait for our fight scene.
Oh,
Tori and Jade.
here we go. Oh, boy. Oh, she has to be an old person.
Okay, for our scene, I'm gonna be playing an old lady who's walking home from a bingo game.
And I play a brutal mugger.
Yes, a brutal mugger who mugs me without actually hurting me.
Okay, as always, be careful. And if anything goes wrong, just yell the safe word.
What's going on here? I'm a little nervous.
What?
Yeah, I'm getting nervous here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I don't know how they decided, like, what the scene would be and who would play each role. I guess it would be very different if the roles were reversed here between Tori and Jade.
Tori, what's the problem?
I was testing the safe word. It works. Okay, I'm ready.
And honestly, I think if Tori came to them and said, I'm uncomfortable with my partner because, and then explained that, oh, by the way, Jade poured coffee on my head a couple of episodes ago, I think they would probably give her a different partner.
Action.
Oh, I certainly did enjoy the bingo, although I do miss Bob Hope.
Yes, it's not bad acting there, is it?
Give me your money. What? I ain't playing. Give me your money and your watch.
Well, wouldn't you rather have this?
Ow! Butternut!
Was that?
Butternut! She's bleeding!
Oh, I'm like, was that real? At first, I'm like, oh my goodness, she really hit her. But then I'm like, it looked real before when Kat did it, so maybe they faked it and that was part of the scene. This is really serious. Now, would Tori be punished? This would be a real tricky one for the school administration because on one hand, Jade could say, look, she really hit me. She has beef with me, and she intentionally used this scene as an opportunity to hit me and try to get away scot-free. I demand that she be suspended. On the other hand, you've got Tori saying, look, I tried to tell the teacher that I was uncomfortable with my partner, and he said, oh, just wait a minute, and never got back to me. And then I was so nervous that I tested the safe word before the scene even started, and the teacher should have known this was going to be an issue and should have given me a different partner. This is a tricky one, and I don't know how this is going to come out. Wow. Let's see what happens.
Let me see.
You okay?
No, Tori hit me in the face for real.
No, I didn't.
Tell that to my bloody eye. Ow!
Is that real,
Sit
though?
down.
Somebody grab a chair.
Yeah, quickly, get a chair. Quick, get a chair.
Here.
Here you go. Good, here we go. Just sit down.
So my question is, I'm so curious at this point. So is Tori doing this and trying to make Jade's life miserable, which she sort of has a motivation to do that? Or did Jade set all this up in an effort to get Tori in trouble? I will say that doesn't look real. If her eye really were bleeding, it would look kind of messed up. Her eye looked perfect and there was just some red substance of some kind there beside it. I don't know if that's blood or something else. They are actors after all. Or is, in a weird way, are they both collaborating together to just make it really, really good? Or was it real? I don't know what to think at this point. Let's keep going.
That was a breakaway chair!
Go get the school nurse.
Why'd you hit Jade in the face with a cane? I didn't!
Yeah, I'm thinking that Jade faked it. I think the most likely explanation based on what I know about the show from the first 2 episodes is that Jade faked it, put fake blood on her eye, and is going to try and get her maybe kicked out or get in trouble. Now, my thought is, I mean, her eye looks perfect, and anybody is going to be able to see if there's no cut, if there's no real laceration on her face, then the blood is going to be seen as fake very quickly. And most schools do have school nurses, including art schools. The art school that I worked at for 2 years definitely had a school nurse, and she would tend to different injuries that students would have, sometimes as a result of their own participation, like with the dance program. But with something like this, you would immediately call the school nurse. The school nurse would come down and be able to say, yeah, this is real or this is fake. You're not going to fool the nurse with this.
Why does everyone think I hit her?
Well, we were watching you guys do a scene. You hit her across the face with your cane.
Yeah, but when Kat got hit, it looked real to me. Ooh.
I'm okay, everyone.
I mean, I was impressed by that. I'm not sure if it was real or not. I'm really confused here.
Jade, you know I didn't hit you. I swung, but I missed.
Look, Tori.
Oh, she's acting. All right. I'm 99% sure she's acting. She's making this up, and she's going to try and get Tori in trouble by this. Which I think under these circumstances, these other actors in the class are being relatively chill about this. And why haven't they taken her to the school nurse, or at least the main office, to call her parents? This is really messed up here.
We gotta get her to the nurse.
Yeah,
But
finally.
I did get hurt.
Finally.
Can someone call my mom?
I'll call your mom.
She doesn't need her mom. Don't bother her mom.
Yeah, she does. I mean, if this really happened, whether it's fake or not, I mean, the parent should be called. Either saying, hey, your child was injured, or hey, your child faked an injury to get back at a student. If they take her to the nurse is going to see that it's fake, if in fact it is.
I gotta call her mom.
Or the school should, not the boyfriend.
And I thought we were just starting to be friends.
Now I know she's faking. Now it's 100%. Now I know she's faking.
Oh, hey, Tori. Have a seat. You look a little worried.
Yeah, well, it's not fun getting called into the guidance counselor's office.
You're not in trouble. I'm here to help you with your violence issue.
And if they thought that she did this on purpose, I mean, yes, she might see the counselor, but she would be suspended. I mean, she would be suspended, no question about it.
Then why is he here?
No.
That doesn't mean it's okay to beat him with a cane.
I didn't! Oh, relax, Derek.
This guy needs to get out of here. Number one, this officer should not be there, and for him to like reach for a taser or whatever that is, completely inappropriate. This guy needs to get lost. And again, she would not be asked to come to the guidance office for this. She would be sent home and probably suspended, or at least asked to leave pending some sort of an investigation. And she would be talking to the principal, not to the counselor with this guy in there. This is really, really weird. If they thought she did that on purpose, she would be talking to the principal and possibly getting suspended, or at least getting investigated. It wouldn't be all this whatever's going on in this counselor's office here.
Oh, hey, Jade.
I can't talk.
Jade, wait up,
No.
wait up.
What?
What's wrong with ya?
Tori hit me with a cane, remember?
Never seen a black guy trip before.
Yeah, so obviously I can't show the entire episode for copyright reasons, but she got water thrown on her, put on her face, and now I guess whatever she did to make her look like she had a bruise is coming off. I think the jig is up here.
This is makeup.
Uh-oh.
Tori never hit you, did she? Fake black eye, fake blood.
And if this is the case, this would be a potential suspension for Jade. Now, would she actually be suspended for this? No, but she's going to receive some consequences, and it could possibly be a suspension, especially if she gets Jade in trouble and has her talk to the counselor, and particularly if Tori got any sort of consequences in any way, and she did completely disrupt and derail the theater class from this little stunt. She's going to get some consequences, so that's a potential suspension for her.
Look, you cannot tell anyone about this, especially Tori.
Is that mac and cheese?
Who cares?
What is she having to do some type of like community service for this? This is really disgusting. And you really would not be able to do this to her unless she agreed to it in lieu of some other punishment. For instance, if the school said, hey, we were going to suspend you for 3 days, 5 days, whatever they decide, or you can do this in lieu of that, and she agreed to that. This is really, really disgusting though. Oof. What now?
I don't get it. I know Andre told you that I faked everything. What is that, mac and cheese?
Looks like it, right?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Why didn't you tell on me?
'Cause we both go to school here, and it's not going to be much fun for either one of us if we're fighting all the time.
You took detention and a lower grade, and you're scraping crusty pudding off the wall on a Friday night just so I won't get in trouble?
So detention and a lower grade. Wow. So the detention, sure, that seems like really light. Unless it was part of the deal, right? If she took some sort of deal, in other words, they allowed her to not be suspended if she agreed to do this cleaning. I've never seen anything so disgusting, though. I don't know where this is supposed to be. As far as lowering her grade, you really can't do that. You cannot adjust someone's grade as some sort of penalty but for behavior. Whatever consequences she gets as far as discipline goes has to be separate from her academics.
You can't be nice to me when I've been mean to you. That's not how it works.
Well, then try being nice to me sometime. Maybe that'll work.
Oh, she's gonna help. Okay, okay. There you go. All right, well, that's the episode. I did cut it a little short because of some music there at the end, but essentially they kind of sort of become friends at the end, which is weird. I didn't expect that, but really interesting scenario with them faking this, or with Jade faking this and then being found out. And I guess Tori just is never going to tell someone, and so Jade doesn't get consequences, and Tori just takes this little deal, whatever she took, and they go on. Hopefully this sort of animosity we saw in the first few episodes doesn't continue, but I don't know. I've never seen it before. You all probably have, but I'm watching these for the first time. If you're enjoying this series, please let me know in the comments, and let me know by giving the video a like. I really appreciate it. I do plan to continue with Victorious on Tuesdays. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you on the next video here on School Principal Reacts. As always, thanks for watching.